Wow, gorgeous picture. Well, hi everyone.
Hi.
Well, before I begin my speech, I'd like to ask you to do something for me. Pick up that phone that you're attached to and take a selfie, or any photo of this moment. I'm watching you. Wow, so many mobiles. Well, how many photos did you take before entering the theater? How many selfies did you shoot? And how many of you ended up choosing 1 out of 5, 10, maybe 15, and deleted the rest? Let me tell you why I don't approve you deleting your photos. I'm going to tell you the story of a boy. When he turned 10, his father gave him his old Zeiss Icon camera. He said to him, "Sonny, it's time for you to capture the moment and freeze time. Anything your eye fixes would stay in your brain, and anything your camera captures would be a proof of existence." Noticing in his son's room, on his wall, the maps of the world drawn in black on green ceramics, he told him he would tell the history of the world through his photos. After 1 minute of silence, he looked at him and he said, "But don't forget that anything you fix would stay forever in your brain." At that time, the son did not understand what his father meant. This boy began using this camera, shooting with negative films, that was the analog technology at that time, and developing them in the darkroom. That was a whole ritual where patience, I repeat patience, was a must if you wanted to get the best results. 40 years later, a new technology appears, a sort of McDonald's of photography. It was the digital era, the digital technology, with digital cameras, mobile with cameras, and memory cards where you can store thousands of photos. No more buying or developing films and prints. And most importantly, a delete button. By consequence, photographers were not concentrating, not even composing their photos. They stopped looking and seeing the subject they were photographing. They just point and shoot, and deleting the picture they did not like. What's worse, the photo could look great. A group of people standing in the middle of an excellent composition, but we delete it. Why? Because we don't look good in it. You know that, guys, right? Yeah. And we are deleting that moment forever. How selfish. This process and abuse of digital photography is another selfish way. And I'm going to show you that even your digital photographs could be taken mindfully. Let me go through some examples and talk a bit about it. Well, I'm going to begin with the background. Look at this picture. It is a busy background. We're losing the subject. In the other one, it's a disturbing background. I mean, the tree looks a bit like if you have 2 cords. Now, in this one, this is a good one. The sky is nice, and it is really a monochromatic background. We don't lose the subject. In this one, you know the girl. This is Miss Lebanon, LAU alumni, Valérie. And look, the background is blurry, and she looks great in it. In this one, maybe we have a busy background, but it is absolutely related to the situation. Traffic on the street and traffic in the background, the whole buildings. Welcome to Lebanon. Now I'm going a bit through the composition. What do you think about this one? So many elements in it, you lose the subject here, so try to concentrate. Now in this one, when he took the picture, he didn't even see the mirror that is in his car, because he took the picture in his car. So try to look at the picture at every single detail, it's not only the main subject. Now in this one, we have some parts that are eliminated. Look at the hand, the foreground, even the branch. Now, if it were me that took the picture of this lovely girl, I would have done the same thing, because she would have lost my mind. Now I will go into another issue here. It's a good composition. Look at this lovely girl. This is a top model of the Arab world. Nice colors, verticality, horizontality. This one is balance. I'm sure if you go to the pyramids, you take the pyramids on its own. Well, I mean, I'd like to balance with this camel, and because the pyramid is a bit heavy, so you see it's a bit going down. Oh, you didn't think of it, huh? Now here, it's romantic. We have the rule of third. The bark with the swan that is balances with the sculpture with a natural frame. Because it's a romantic place, so let's give a bit of romance to the picture. Now I go into the exposure. Often you are taking a picture of yourself, but you look dark, because the background is lightened. So here, you have to be careful. This is another overexposed picture. This is a lovely place, it's the snow. But of course, overexposure creates really this kind of effect. Now, in this one, this is not a blurry picture, this is an overexposed picture, and this is why it is grainy or pixelized. I like it because I am in it. See? I did not delete it. Now here, we have a nice exposure. It's the end of the day, we have the shadows, it looks nice, and even more, you can go into a detail, and you can have fine art photography. You know, try to go into details, you know, you will create things. And finally, we go into the framing. We have a tendency, when we take a picture, we do a focus in the middle, and we keep the head in the middle, and we have a lost space up. Plus, we tend to center always our subject. I mean, she's looking this way, I would have put it a bit on the third. Another one. Here, the tree is hiding a part of the face. I wouldn't do that. In this one, it's a beautiful subject. This is an old house, we are very romantic, we like heritage, but why do we cut this arch? Let's try not to cut it. This is a natural frame, it's a good picture. The tree is a bit a natural frame to this church. Now, just remember this picture I showed you before. Now look at this one. Here, the natural frame, I have the couple, they are in the middle of the tree. It's a good picture. I will end with this one. This picture is overexposed, so it's a defect normally in photography. But at the same time, this is very artistic. It reminds me a bit of Van Gogh. With this reflection in the water, it looks like a painting. I just love it. Now, going through some of those tips, it will make the difference. And this is especially important looking at the new applications used nowadays. Applications that are created to push us to erase moments in our lives. Those applications are following a certain philosophy, that photos should not stay forever and should be deleted from our brain. These applications, they follow a certain philosophy, that photos are not there to stay. Going through my philosophy, I would never be able to use these applications. Because for me, photography is about telling stories. It's about fixing moments in our life. and sharing them with the future generations. Moments of our lives. And till the end of my existence, I would be always collecting photos and keeping those memories. Remember that little 10-year-old boy? Things became clearer to him. He understood what his father meant about freezing the moment, the instance, and not deleting it. And that every moment is a proof of life that would stay forever. This little boy remembered what his father said to him about telling the history of the world through the photos he will take during his trips. And instead of that black map on green ceramics, he created a whole new map with all the photos he took during his trips. Well, this little boy, as you have probably guessed, is me. And I'm still that little boy, keeping every single instance that I've taken and every single photo. And I will never erase any, whatever composition or quality, blurry or disturbing, in the analog or in the digital technology. It's a history of life, and till the end of my existence, I will keep always those memories in my life. My message to you, my friends, is to take photos mindfully and keep those moments you capture. Keep your moments alive and accept every instance you see. And most importantly, stop using the delete button. Now, I want to go through this picture. Now, this is one of my memories, and it's one of the most important memories in my life. This is taken in Berlin, in Germany, when the wall existed in 1984. I came back 10 years later, 14 years later in 1998, and I took the same picture, the same place with the same woman. And the woman had her child, 2 years old. Now this child is now sharing this memory with her mother. And this is what I'm talking about, sharing memories. Oh. I'm keeping it. And no matter what. Thank you.